Hey everyone! Before we start this week's episode, gotta let you know a little secret. So, you may notice throughout this podcast we say it's called the Kill Your Landlords podcast. Now that's not true, because it was called the Kill Your Landlords podcast, and then we uploaded it to YouTube, and YouTube said, no, you're not doing that. That's violent. We don't want any landlords to be killed. So we had to change it, and we changed it to the Rent Boys podcast. Hence why the channel's called the Rent Boys. It's called the Rent Boys podcast. But we will say Kill Your Landlords throughout the first few episodes because we filmed them before the name was changed. So just letting you know, complete transparency. It's the Rent Boys podcast, which I think is much more family friendly. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Kill Your Landlord podcast with me, Alex Camp, and of course here Dom Hatton Woods, and over there Ethan Smith.
Hey
guys, how we doing?
Live on TikTok for everyone's hatred to be blasted onto us live, for the idiots to critique what we do and shit on our art form, but of course available on all good podcast platforms. For your enjoyment. So here we are, we live together, we house share, we're not killing any landlords. Just to be straight, this is not a landlord podcast. We're not talking about any case studies. There's no data involved. There's no interviews. It's just us and dishwashing. That's all it is. Quick check-in. Anyone got anything to say?
Well, I think we need to start with the TikTok story, don't we?
What about how they all abused us?
No, I got hacked.
Oh yeah, you got hacked by... okay. You hacked yourself, really.
I did hack. It was my fault.
You clicked a link, didn't you?
I take all accountability. I click a link, and for a man that watches the amount of porn I watch,
You should know about phishing.
I should know about links.
You should know about these links.
Yeah.
It probably said, hey, this is TikTok. There's some single MILFs in your area.
To be fair.
With dick pills.
To be fair.
They're just sacking loads of dick pills around.
So I got hacked. As soon as I got hacked, I messaged my friends that work in cybersecurity. I've got two of them. And he said, to be fair, that's a very convincing email.
Okay.
Did he say that to make you feel better about it?
No, because that was after.
You're not that close of friends?
No. No, we're not. Well, we're pretty close.
Right.
Used to be close in school, which was a long time ago.
Did you look at the email address?
No.
Because the email address...
I did.
The whole thing can look great. They can take the TikTok icons and everything. They can make it look good. They can write it out. But if you look at the email address, it's usually like tiktok.evil.nigeria.com.tits at like,
Do you know the thing that...
at we're gonna nick your shit.com.
Do you know the thing that on reflection I should have looked at? On the email, the TikTok image was an attachment. That wouldn't have happened on a reel. But I paid £50, got my account back for these lovely people.
It's a bargain.
But like you said...
So you got your account back so that we can put ourselves on TikTok Live and everyone's going to talk about these guys. Look,
I can't hear them.
Anyone a podcast.
But like you said, when you saw you replied to my Instagram story when I put up that I got hacked and he asked for £500, and you were like, he's massively overestimated the value of your account.
I love it. It's only it was $500 as well. It's not even £500.
No.
$500, and he thought that's about right. Yeah. $500. No, it's worth more than that.
And then I spent that
What an
whole
account.
night messaging hackers, and they were like, I'll fix it for you. And then one guy, he said that he's in a chat with the guy that stole my account and he's trying to sell it for $250. He then sent me a screenshot of a message that said that. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, he sent that message
to himself.
He typed it up and he was like, you sent that. And then he just wouldn't leave. I was like, mate, I don't really trust this. He was like, mate, you've got trust issues. Why don't you trust me?
I saw that post and it was bots after bots
Full of
after
bots.
bots just coming
it was
up.
bad,
like, you can get your account back. You need to message me, and like all the, like it was just so many bots.
I don't know
under
where
there.
they even... Because that was just a Facebook post for friends. I don't know where they... Maybe that word hacker...
Yeah, maybe
hacked.
triggered
Hacked
them.
in.
Also, maybe it's a double pronged scheme. Maybe they hack you and then they get you again with another hacker who hacks the hacker. It's like
They've got a union.
hacky sack, double cross, the old double cross.
Nice. But to be fair, paid him £50. Very tense, wasn't it?
Yeah,
when I paid him. We were playing UFC, and I was not very talkative. But then he gave it back. Very amicable guy.
Yeah.
What a guy!
Really nice.
I actually really like him.
I thanked him because I didn't want to because there was a stage where I'd paid and he hadn't sent me the authentication code. So I was being really nice to him to make sure that He gave me it.
I'm sure you've got
And he
lovely.
kept like he follows me on Instagram. And he screenshot my stories about the hacking. And he was like, "Well, we'll pay and you'll get it back." I was like, "Fucking being stalked." Here.
Yeah. I mean, he's looking at you things like, just pay me, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, out of this whole story, who's the most sympathetic character is the hacker.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
He's
I
a good
liked
lad.
it. Yeah.
50 quid and he's happy.
I shouldn't have been so mean to him.
Yeah. Maybe you should say to him, listen, mate, while you're in there, can you make some good content?
Yeah.
Because I'm
I am
if
going to do
somebody
a,
hacks mine, I'm going to be like, can you play guitar?
I'm going to do a series about the hacking, and I hope he doesn't take
What,
it as
get you back?
I hope it doesn't ruin our relationship.
No, I'm sure he'll be sympathetic to you.
He'll be asking you for a collab
Yeah.
soon.
Remix.
Remix.
Do you want to come on the podcast?
Yeah, man. Well, that's a shame. But hey, look, you're back online. You've been a victim of cybercrime. You should do a course or something. Like you got this stuff online, and you should do a course.
You shouldn't do a course. Yeah,
You're so
I think you
unsafe.
should learn by failure. I think that's the best way
this
to
was
learn.
a close call, man.
You didn't almost die. It's just a TikTok account. It wasn't like a train involved. You weren't attached to a train tracks or anything.
Could have run a train on it.
There wasn't. Oh, okay.
Yep.
That seems.
I don't make the rules.
Well,
Okay, fair enough.
but we're back, baby.
Yeah, we're back in the house. I mean, we haven't really been gone.
Yeah. Sorry, I was late today, guys.
Yeah, you're too
yeah. I've been having troubles at home, so.
Oh, yeah. You mean here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
That's really funny.
I heard on the street that you propagated many strawberries. Today.
Yeah, 104 we got.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me. It was
By
not
the street, I mean.
Was
here.
it on the street or
It was the
outside?
street. It was the street in the house.
Still the street.
It's on the street.
Yeah.
That's good, though. That's a very big achievement.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. And there was a guy freestyle rapping, walking along the canal, and he asked me if I wanted to join in. So we did a quick little, 16 bars. Dropped a verse
Really?
with him. Yeah. Yeah, it was really nice.
Was he your home?
How many strawberries can you propagate?
Oh,
I think it's really nice and really great. The strawberries coming out in their punnets. Oh my God, I've just put myself into a corner because punnet doesn't rhyme with anything. What?
Bun it?
Ah.
Bun it like...
A bunnet?
Yeah, so that would be to light a marijuana cigarette, you would bun a
Oh, to
spliff.
bun it. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, to bun it. That's a good.
Yeah.
So many strawberries, I filled my punnet. I got so many berries that I had to bun it. Bun a spliff.
Yeah.
Good.
No, it was
Not
good.
bad.
I love that.
Wasn't great.
Chocolate tea over it.
Don't put yourself down, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, and I went for my autism first, enrolling on the process. I'll tell you what happened.
Your first lesson in autism.
I'll tell you what happened. She, woman, locum doctor, brought me into her office. Basically said to me, "Why do you think you're autistic?" But she said it in a way that, like, I had to prove to her I was
Did you
autistic.
the lampshade was like,
Like I was on The Apprentice.
yeah. Imagine you on The Apprentice.
I'm pitching it.
And I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And then she asked me a load of questions, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna have to fill out a form now." And on the form was just the exact same questions she asked me. A waste of time.
It's to see if you understand the difference between a form and a person.
Which, if you were autistic, you wouldn't. You'd see them both as two
Pieces of paper.
pieces of information.
Computers.
Yeah.
But then who wrote the form?
That's too existential for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, this whole autism thing sounds like hard work. I think I'm going to pass.
It's getting a bit much.
I think I'll stick with neuronormality or whatever it is. What is it when you just...
Neurotypical.
Neurotypical, yeah.
Neurotypicality.
Yeah,
Sounds
or
like it's almost like a
neurotypical.
dirty word now, isn't it, to be neurotypical?
I mean, there's much dirtier words like cunt
Yeah, there is actually, yeah, thinking about it.
and like tits and that.
Tits is a...
But
This
yeah.
is a good word.
Yeah.
Like I say,
That's not what he was saying.
How about neurotypical?
Hey,
yeah, he's on one.
lap
don't
this
make the
up. They
rules.
don't get much better than this, guys. This is A-grade comedy.
You don't know I'm doing the sound effects. You don't know what's going on.
You're having a great time over there.
We've got some things to talk about.
Yeah, we do
Oh,
actually.
dear.
Let me just get them up because I've been mining different situations where we've been upset at each other throughout the week. I've been taking notes. I've
so
got
glad.
a few. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
He's got like 6, 7.
there's been a lot going on. Yeah.
Maybe
So
we shouldn't be doing this living together thing.
I think this is how we grow. I think communication's a big thing for having a safe living space for everybody. And the first thing that I thought I'd bring up today is it says here, pie debacle.
Okay, so
You didn't much
who's
like
going to
that.
have their word on the pie debacle first?
You can. So shall I tell my side of the story?
No, I think Alex should go first because Alex brought up the grievance.
So basically, you eat. I make a lot of food. We established this in the podcast before, and I often leave it in my Le Creuset pot
Yep.
to brag. And sometimes you'll come in and you'll openly tell me you take a spoonful of it, which I'm fine with. And I made some pasta recently. You took a small bowl.
I have
Specifically
these
a
small bowls,
Yeah.
which, by the way, you thought were normal sized bowls.
I bought, those small grey bowls?
Yeah.
I wanted to buy ramen bowls.
Oh, right.
They're basically ramekins. They're
Yeah.
tiny.
And they came, and I was like, oh, well, they're not. But
So
just
I
kept
put
them.
I put a bit of pasta in those small bowls.
And you messaged me, you said, I'd send me a pasta. I said, that's okay. No worries. And then I got home. You had half a pie. I believe a Morrison's chicken and leek pie.
It was a third of a pie.
Okay, on the side. And I thought, well, Alex eats my food all the time. I'm sure he won't mind if I take a bit of his pie. But in your words,
let me take it from here.
you didn't much like that.
I came home thinking that third of a pie would be lovely after I get home, right? I left it on top of the oven open because I knew didn't need to put it away because I was going to eat it when I got back. I got back and the pie had been eaten, not completely, only maybe half of the pie.
Yeah.
But
Half
as
of
we
the
know,
third.
half of that third, right?
Yeah.
So a 1/6, yeah?
1/6.
So
Maths.
as we know, most of a pie is crust.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the edge of a pie is crust, and there's a central meaty filling. Yeah. Dom, rather than cut a slice of that remaining third, had just taken the meaty filling bit, most of it, like most of the meaty filling from the middle, the heart of the
best
pie.
bit.
Tell me, TikTok, right? If you are here, is that all right to take the meaty bit of the pie and leave the originator of the pie with just the crust, basically, and a couple of measly leaks around the edge? Yeah, so that's what he did. And I didn't get angry. I didn't get crazy. I just thought Dom's an idiot and he doesn't understand life. So I left that because when I take your pasta, I take the same bit of pie. It's got a bit of chicken, it's got a bit of pasta, it's got a bit of sauce.
Bit of cheese
it's the
on
same
top,
all
yeah.
round.
Yep.
Yeah, throughout the pasta, it's the same consistency. Yeah, whereas you took more of the pie than you thought you'd taken.
You ate all the pies.
And you then, the thing that really added insult to injury with this pie thing is that afterwards you bought loads of pies. You decided that you loved pies.
I bought
You've never
one
even
pie.
discussed pie in your life.
I know.
You go to the shop, you come back with all these pies, and you're like, oh, I love pies now. Yeah, well, that pie that I nicked from you, it's really given me a renewed love of pie.
But also, Dom went to me, he goes, how do you make a pie?
Make
Like,
your
as,
own
if,
pie.
as if his eyes have been opened, you know.
Just so you know.
And I feel like, sorry, just a fun fact about pies. The pie crust, right? Do you know why the pie crust is there?
Why?
It's so that you can eat the middle bit, right? And throw the rest away. You don't want
You're
the
not designed
crust.
to eat the
It was
crust.
made for when your hands were dirty and you worked outside, right? Which you guys
Like
won't know
yourself.
about, yeah. when you're down in your luck and you're in the mines, you got soot on your hands. That bit is the outside, the casing almost for the enjoyable middle bit on the inside. And that's where we get pies and pastas
And that's
from.
why you've got a reputation for being a posh cunt. Because I've got a posh accent, but I'm a man of the people.
But
I
I'd
share my
argue-
pie equally. You go and take the meat and you take the goods and you leave me, right, the working man, with the crust, the sooty crust.
But I'd argue, pies are a very northern working class thing. So I'm stealing pies.
Yeah, exactly. You're
I'd
like
say
a Tory.
that makes me working class. I can't even buy my own pie.
Let me tell you, you
I'm
are not
stealing
safe
pie.
Like
to
a
make
modern
your
day
own
Margaret
pie.
Thatcher.
I shouldn't make a pie.
Your shop bought pie. I teased you. I'm like, I'm going to nick all the nice bit, and you were so scared. You were like, no. If you make your own pie,
This going.
it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Do you know what? You make me feel a lot good about my cooking abilities.
You're
'Cause
not a
you steal
bad
a lot of
cook.
my food. I'm not bad.
Yeah,
You're
you're all right. You're
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, whoever's on the other side of that YouTube video who's giving you step-by-step instructions all the way through.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good.
Usually
cook.
with a foreign accent,
Oh.
right?
No, it's Nikki from Kitchen Sanctuary.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
sometimes it's a foreign person. So
Not
But-
that there's anything wrong with them. I just
no, because if you want a Chinese dish,
I think I made
want
that
it made
worse.
by a Chinese man or woman, person,
but you're doing it yourself.
or an Indian. I want it made by an Indian person. Yeah, but they know better.
They do know. Well, yeah,
They know
I think
better
that's
about
right.
their food.
I think cultural appropriation was, you know,
I don't think that's even wrong to
reasonable when they brought it up. And
What you mean? It was reasonable to bring that up as an issue, or it's a good thing to do?
no, I think you know, give them back is what I'm saying.
No one's appropriating British food, are they?
No.
Really? Let's be honest. No one's appropriating grey mints and fucking mashed potato.
Greyman's is such a sad mental image.
But it's so true. That's what our country's all about.
Yeah.
So that's pies.
That's the pies sorted.
That was your point.
okay. Sorry, I've got some more.
Do you want to do one?
Have you got some thoughts?
I've got a complaint.
I think we've got enough. I think we've got enough. Or we'll do it
No,
at the
yeah,
complaint
go on,
section.
go on, 'cause
No,
I'm
we'll leave it
pulling
at the
stuff
complaint
up.
section.
But I feel like I've just gone on a big rant about the pie.
You're in the moment. You want to carry on.
No, I want everyone to get their oar in. I'm a team player. Yeah. Is there anything that's more involving unit?
The other thing as well, I mean, a lot of this is used to bickering and me going, "Oh, this will be great for the podcast." But I've got a confession.
Come on,
Your
mate.
your knife was used the other day. I didn't know that anybody was not supposed to use that knife. I'm also not on the group chat, so I wasn't aware.
So you didn't get the knife?
I didn't get
I
the
said
knife
to him,
message.
I
It
because
got
I saw
passed
him
on.
use it, and I said, "That's a nice knife." He goes, "Yeah, I use it." And I said, "What?" And then said to him a couple of days later, "Mate, Alex isn't happy about the
shouldn't
knife."
have
And I
used
didn't.
it.
I didn't say
And I
because you
didn't
said
know.
in the message. You said, "I'm not gonna. I don't want to ask who it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna make a big thing."
I
Just
knew it
don't
was
use the
Ethan
knife.
because
You
I
did
saw
know.
the box.
Right. Well, you know, I want to own up to it. I want to take responsibility like a man. I want to say, you know, I'm sorry.
But you knew you must have thought to yourself,
Well-
this knife's in a wooden box.
This is what happened. Callum stayed over, right? And he informed me about the knife. Now, I assumed that it was his knife, and he'd left it here,
Like
right?
his hangers.
And he'd exactly. He leaves a lot of shit around. You know, he's left, but he's like almost a ghost. He's kind of he keeps turning up here. There's the smell of him in the air. You know, and I just assumed that it was his knife, and unfortunately, I did use it.
But he told you about the knife. What did he tell you? Did he tell you there's a secret
He
sharp
said there's
knife?
a secret sharp knife, right? Don't tell anyone, right? But it's in here underneath the plastic bags.
Maybe he's been using.
But
it as
so
well.
let's look at the situation with the knife, right? Now, first of all, if you'd have asked me to use the knife, I would have let you use the knife. And I would have given strict instructions not to put it in the fucking dishwasher. Because you don't put sharp, nice knives in the dishwasher unless you're just letting them go to shit.
Right.
Right? That's the
didn't-
thing. It's just like every time I see this thing, I do have to explain everything to the boys.
A bit, yeah, a little
The
bit.
dishwasher
Yeah.
doesn't have. You don't put nice things in the dishwasher. And the thing is, right? So why is it a nice sharp knife? Why is it in a box? Because people aren't using it all the time and putting it in the fucking dishwasher.
You're right.
Because we don't have a knife sharpener.
No.
And I ain't getting one.
Well,
Ooh.
I can rectify the knife sharpener problem, but also,
It's got to be a backwards one.
Oh, you're going to buy a
as far as I know.
what do you mean a backwards one?
Because there's two directions for a knife sharpener. Did you know that at
No,
home?
what is this?
Yeah. Let me tell you a story about Japanese knives are sharpened the opposite direction. The steel is folded and done in a different way. So if you use a regular European knife sharpener, I don't believe it
Why
works
is it a
with those ones.
Swiss Japanese knife?
Because those
They're
are the
two very
two
different-
best countries. And they put them together.
I think you can just stamp anything on a knife and people will buy it.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Did you buy that in Japan?
My mum bought it for me.
from where? Amazon.
I don't know. I didn't ask her.
It could be in.
Where did you get this from?
Are we going to buy a knife? Are you going to buy a knife?
I'm
sharpener?
actually thinking about buying a full set. I'm thinking about getting a paring knife, a chef's knife, a nice cleaver.
I'd half that with you.
I would let everybody use it, but I kind of wanted it to be mine for if we do eventually part ways, which hopefully we don't. I could just take it with me. And
Speaking of which, I've been saying how much I love living here, and in like 20 years, I'm going to be the old man that walks past. Well, not 20 years, like 30.
Dom's
40.
going
You
to
won't
be
be
the old
that
man.
old in 20
Yeah,
years.
for like 40
in
years.
20 years, you'll be like a little bit older than me.
Well, in 40 years, I'll be 64, and I'll be the man that walks past with my. Well, I'll probably be by myself, but and then knocks on the door and goes, "I used to live here. Can I come and have a look?"
And he may be
Do you want to do a
little.
podcast? I used to live here, and I've been thinking about starting a podcast again. I've already got a logo idea. We're on TikTok right now, actually. Say hello.
Have you heard
Oh
of the-
shit, it's got hacked.
I'd be like, "Did you ever hear the Kiwi Landlords podcast?" They'd be like, No, but it sounds shit.
Yeah, sounds violent.
It was in here on
Yeah.
the sofa.
Sounds like something on
They'll
the
be like,
dark
yeah,
web.
they did kill all the landlords in 2082. Yeah. Yeah, it was horrible, actually. It was like the French Revolution.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it wasn't as good
Well,
as we thought it was going
the
to be.
headings.
If
Loads
I-
of people died.
I said 40 years. This will be in 2064.
To be honest, we are going that way though with all this communist talk at the moment.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, here we go.
Can we not?
I've been watching a lot of YouTube. Stuff's happening. Bill Gates, he's out there.
Bill Gates has always been out there.
He's buying up farmland in India. Did you know that?
No.
No? Okay, well, we'll move on.
He'll be a landlord of land.
Well, this is
already
the
probably-
thing.
he probably
You don't
owns it,
realise how... it's too much for me to talk about on here, and I don't want them to know that I know, because it will put a mark on my head. I don't have any suicidal thoughts.
Bill Gates
just
is
so
gonna
you
listen
know.
to this podcast.
Well, I'm just saying,
Like Ethan Smith.
when I get influence in the youth...
Yeah, that's the technology. All you need to do is set an AI to be like, listen to all the shit podcasts.
He's listening right now.
Yeah.
Well, ours isn't even online yet.
Yeah. Him and
That's
China.
true. This podcast is much safer if we just keep it on the memory card and we don't release it.
Yeah.
That's how we keep this underground.
Safer for-
Although we've not been
Yours.
very good at having no memory cards. Anyway,
Here's a question. Billionaires, yeah,
Yep.
working in tech, to make it easier to buy and sell and to, do their evil billionaire stuff that they do, can they get someone to make it into like Farmville? Like their own special version of Farmville or whatever, like these games, and just be like, if I just like go and buy like farmland in India like that?
Yeah, well,
Just
so
like,
almost like outsource the manpower to people who are unassuming, just kind of trying to get...
Just make it a game. So it's really easy to do.
Well, maybe
And he's
they
just
could.
sitting on his private plane, just like, just buy some farmland. You know what I
Well,
mean?
like Sims, like
it's like Sims,
Sim
yeah.
City, but
Yeah.
he's actually destroying lives.
He's literally doing it, and it's just like somebody gets the order, and they're like, "Okay, blow that down," whatever.
do you know what this
An
has got?
Amazon delivery driver takes away the ladders for your swimming pool when you get in there.
Yeah,
Do you know what's interesting is
No.
this has got too complex for me.
yeah. I mean, that's not hard, is it, mate?
hard,
To be
yeah.
honest. So we're going to. Is there anything else that we do on this podcast? What else?
Well,
do
we've
you
already
want to
kind of done the. Have you got a complaint?
I've got one more thing that happened this week.
Go on, mate.
So there was a package left on the side. And again, this is my fault. I'm the one who instigated this, and I've let Dom take the rap for it, and I've decided to take this time to come out. Yeah, I mean, I would come out in private, but that's not content, is it? So,
Yeah.
what happened was you left something on the side. It said council tax on it.
Can I explain?
You can explain, yeah, of
You've
course you
had
can.
quite a lot of stage time.
Fair enough, yeah.
so far.
I'm eager.
So we got in from, was it Creatures on a Friday?
Yeah,
I
we
think
got
it
in
was.
from
We got in
Creatures,
from
yeah.
doing this gig, and
Full of energy.
there was a letter left on the radiator. I picked up as council tax, and I put it back down. Ethan goes, "Mate, are you not going to open it? Are you just going to leave that for someone else to open? You selfish piece of shit." So I thought, oh, fucking hell, maybe I, got to get myself in check, do something, be the better man, be a nice guy, provide some service. Opened it, realised that was meant to be posted,
So
and then I get the shit for it.
this is the thing, right? When you get a letter, and this is like the understandable dishwashing. Maybe you don't know about dishwashers and some things you're not supposed to put in a dishwasher. Fine. I get it. You're young guys. You haven't lived in that many house shares. When you look at a letter, you look at the address and you see if it's addressed to you. That's the first start. That's the first place to start with opening letters.
Yeah.
Before you open the letter, look at it and see if it's a letter that you're meant to be opening. The address said Council Tax Service,
He is
PO
right.
Box, wherever in Manchester.
He is right in that, yeah.
It's just quite simple,
We're
really.
not the council tax service, which I didn't realise.
Because I
at the
thought
time.
I'd do something good. I
Yeah.
thought that I received this thing, a questionnaire about council tax. Should we raise the council tax? Should we increase council tax benefit? Not the actual council tax, but the benefits people get in order to pay that poor people get to pay their council tax.
Yeah.
And I said, obviously, yes, increase the council tax benefit. Give those poor people something. Give them something to strive for. Reward them for their hard work. And maybe not so hard work. Maybe some of them aren't working. That's fine. So
Like
they don't
you.
want to. Lazy. Maybe.
It's-
And I thought, I'm going to send this off, but it's too late. I'll send it tomorrow. We'll get it in the post. And then you lot ruined it.
We did.
Imagine if they're looking at it and they're like, right, we just need one more vote to bring the council tax benefit up. Has Alex Camp sent his back yet? No, he hasn't actually. Didn't bother, turns out. He
clearly got
can't be
loads of money.
asked. Yeah.
Well-
He actually wants to put the council tax benefit down. And they're like, well, no Christmas presents for little Jimmy.
Yeah,
Alex
they did.
Camp,
They
little
had
Saskia.
a picture of it. They had like some drawn pictures with like drawn people. One of the guy was in a wheelchair. One of them,
Yeah.
you know, had a turban on, and there was just a dog in the middle of it. And I thought, what benefits are the dogs getting? Really, I don't think a portion of our council tax should be going to stray animals.
Indirectly, though, it does because you can get better food for your dog and you don't have to give him like
Give them
old
fucking
slop.
sawdust.
Hey, listen, mate, they were drawn, but they're going to be overdrawn now.
Nice.
No worries. So we're going to look at the letter. Now, a lot of people are saying, like, and loads of people have been saying recently that it looks like the letters that we read
That you read.
with the questions, right, that I exclusively read, are fake, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm
Absurd.
reading them from my phone or reading them from paper or like some tissue or
Yeah,
like whatever.
or looking into the sky and maybe reading them from God.
Could be on the ceiling.
So this is a real one because you know it because it's on an iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I've been watching Dancing with the Stars.
Let him
so
find it. Let him find it.
I thought I'd give it a go. right?
One of the judges has written in from Dancing with the Stars.
I was writing.
I was on come
come on my face.
yeah, it was a great
You
series.
were on Come Dine with me.
No, I was on. My mum was on Come Down With Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did an episode.
I've dined with
Couples
your
Come
mum.
Down With Me. Great. Yeah, the people.
Could we watch it?
We can do a
Oh,
watch
I'm gonna
party
wank
for
it
that,
over
and I was on Strictly Come Dancing once.
What?
I wasn't doing the dancing. I was on a cutaway, and we
In the
did.
audience?
Yeah, I was with a little group, and we did
You went
the
Strictly Come
Thriller.
Dancing?
Yeah, we did the Thriller in an Asda in Hume,
Well, you were.
and they came and
The
filmed
most
it.
fucking broke shit I've
Yeah.
ever heard in my life.
Well,
Yeah.
you were dancing.
Yeah, I was probably about
Were
10
you
or
in
11.
like a dance team?
Yeah, they asked me to say Spooky 7. It was a Halloween
Were you
special.
any good?
What do you mean? Was I any good?
At dancing, that's quite a normal
No, I'm
question.
not like. Well, I'm an okay dancer.
You got
I
to be
can bust a
careful when
move.
you get the poor kids doing the Thriller dance in Asda because they've all got like brittle bones and that, and not getting enough calcium. So they're like doing that move with the thing, and then they're like, "Oh, actually, that's broken."
That would have been just before Michael Jackson's death.
Someone might have seen that by
Would
the
have
way
been.
and seen it looks like
Just
YouTube,
after.
and it's
Just
not.
after.
It's some emails.
Just after, was it?
Yeah, it was just after.
Okay. Well, we talked about reality TV. Let's look at an unrelated email.
Yeah.
So if boys, thanks for the podcast. It's great. You're not just three white guys doing a podcast. You got something special.
You're welcome.
If you could have any reality TV show come to the house to do an episode or a series with you guys, what would it be and why? Thanks so much for all the good content, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for your input. Yeah, that's a great question. I think
some noggin on him.
60-minute makeover would be great. You know, where they smash the house up and then they put false walls in, and in 6 weeks it falls
Considering
apart.
we're not allowed to screw a TV into the wall,
I think they'd make some exceptions.
I don't know how they'd feel about that.
Well, what if we got a conservatory?
Yeah, I think
Conservative.
It'd
could
up
do
the
60-minute
it'd up the
makeover.
value, wouldn't it? Yeah, we knock through, we go open plan. We had a slide that goes from my bedroom into the back garden.
You don't want to slide into my bedroom.
I don't think you can do slides vertically.
Oh,
I think there has to be some
Oh, we
kind
could get a
of.
3-story place.
I don't think that's a whole
Oh,
story
you
in
don't
60.
think?
How long do they do it in an hour? What even is the concept of
what's
that
the
show?
series called? Show called?
Is it 60-minute makeover? Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
60 minutes
You
long,
said,
yeah.
you said knock down. They're not going to knock anything
They do.
down.
They bring people in. There's like 15 volunteers.
Yeah, they knock walls through.
And
that.
yeah, they come in, they fucking boot your walls through.
Shit, man.
Yeah, they bring painters. There's
Yeah.
always
decorators. Yeah,
yeah,
everything. Yeah,
lesbians and just painting stuff. And
just bring lesbians to the house.
yeah, they'll do some potted plants outside, and they're always like, right, guys, we've got to hurry up. We've got to do this quick. They're coming back. They're in the taxi, and we could be in the taxi together. We could go for a nice meal
Nice.
out at Weatherspoons.
Oh, you leave and then you come back?
Yeah, you leave. They do it like almost like a surprise. So
We'll go to the ramen place.
they'd get somebody. So they'd go, right, this is James's granddad. Right, he's lived in this house for years. He's never been able to, see his cooker from his living room. So we're gonna, put some sliding doors in. for him.
He's never been able to see his cooker from the living room. Well, because he's just too lazy to get up. It's like, oh, mate, I can't see the cooker to see if it's still on. Can you just knock the wall through?
You know, it's
Put
getting
some
on.
sliding doors in. Internal sliding doors is just is mad. I suppose they have the wooden ones, don't
Nice.
they?
Good call.
Great answer. I can't beat that. Can you?
Ghost hunters, and we can find the ghost of Cal.
Yeah.
The ghost of Cal. Oh my god, this dirty little ghost hiding around in the house, just like, use the knife. He won't mind. It doesn't belong to anyone.
I think at some point we could do like House Island, like Love Island, but house. I mean,
What,
we
would
need
you-
some more people.
What would you
We need some
do?
girls.
Just bring all of our respective partners in
shirtless,
and then
be
cheat
like-
on them in front of them. Which is definitely the concept of that show, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically like, will he sleep with somebody else and destroy her dreams right in front of him? It's terrible.
Just my life condensed into a TV show. That's great answers, guys. I can't even beat that.
No.
But yeah,
Not
it's a
even
good
going
job.
to try.
No, because it was a real email, and you've done a real good job.
Yeah.
So that's it. I've got to go. I've got a gig.
Considering we said a minute ago this podcast isn't out yet.
Yeah. Well, you
people are
know,
writing going, love the podcast.
well,
No, it's out in a way.
it's out and about.
Yeah.
It's from TikTok.
Yes, from TikTok.
They love it.
Yeah.
So, and that's all that we have time
Episode
for.
5.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for being here. This has been Cool Your Landlord Podcast. Check it out on and we'll be,
All the medians.
Oh, major
oh yeah,
streaming platforms.
last thing. I'm going to be gone next week.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
So
going to have a special guest.
we're gonna have special guests, and we don't have time to.
Do you know
tell
what he said earlier? He said, do you want me to run you guys through basic living? As if we're kids, we know how to like...
I'm
You could
concerned.
put-
You are
bullet
worried you're
point.
going to get back and the house is going to be burnt down, aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Well, if you
100%
just do as a
am.
bullet pointed list
Yeah,
of
that'd be
things
good.
to avoid,
Yes.
you know,
Fires.
that'd go. Well, he had to teach you how to do your washing. Anyway.
Fuck off, you're just as bad as I am.
I did teach you how to do the
anyway.
washing.
You leave the lights on all the time. It doesn't matter.
Okay, more next week.
See ya. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Love you.